hello, and welcome to the Untethered Muse podcast, where you will find real talk. We don't sweep things under the rug. No, 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 no. And with this real podcast, the one, the only, always beautiful, Dawn, the Untethered Muse herself. Take it away.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? How?
I am doing
Hello,
perfection.
Brian. Thank you for
Hello,
that.
Dawn.
That
Hello.
intro is like epic. It's like so good. That But yeah, hi to Brian, everyone. That's my co-host.
What's up? What's up? What's up? If you're going to work, I know some people that come. They always tell me, "Oh, I was just going to work when she went live, or you guys went live," and I'm like, "Okay, peace out. Next time."
Congratulations, everyone, for rising the fuck above and making this thing called life. It's ever evolving, ever changing, ever most chaotic. It's like, I love you. I was just kidding. It's the most painful thing, the most unpredictable thing called life. So congratulations at this moment in time. You did it, right? You are here, present moment, because the present moment is called a gift, you motherfuckers. And I don't know who had that, but the present, open it up, you never know what you're gonna get. It's like the box of chocolates. Box of chocolates, like Janie. First one. But what up, everyone?
And not only did you make it another day, but you made it another day in 2023. That's pretty fucking rough.
Oh, you know what yesterday was, dude? Yesterday was. Did you guys know the dates in February? Right? 2/2/23. Right? So 2/2/2's 0. It was 0/2/23/23. Do you guys not recognize that shit? And then 2 plus 2 equals 4, and what's today? The 24th. February is a fucking powerful month. If I locked in and loaded, I mean locked in. I don't know if I'm loaded or not, but hi, Ryan. How are you?
Hello, Don. I'm always good when. Well, I had a saying for this. I'm always good. Oh, unless you've got 10 grand, then I'm even better.
I don't even need your 10 grand, okay? What does 10 grand got to do with it?
Because then it relieves a lot less stress in your life.
Is that how much I sell my car?
Like credit card bills and all kinds of bills. It's just like, where did they come from? Where did it come from?
I mean, I'm from a poor upbringing of what not to do and what to do. That's where it comes from. So if you're
not just that, a shitty administration. I mean, here's an example. My electric bill is literally twice it was before this fucking president was in office. Twice. It's doubled. My electric bill has doubled.
Wait, is it called Trump? It's.
It's the fucking Biden administration.
Okay, check it. I am not political, but I'm learning.
But it's real talk here, and we got to talk about the facts. We got to talk about the facts.
But people call me. What do they call? What's the L word? Liberal. They call me.
You're not a liberal. You're not a liberal.
People call me liberal.
You're definitely not a liberal.
Like I do not choose to matter, and also I just because I'm yin and yang, I think.
You're definitely. I'll tell you what you are. You're definitely not a liberal, because I've done politics for years. I've
Yeah.
done, no, you're not racist. I've done
Thanks.
politics for years. You're definitely not liberal. What you are is independent, because an independent can understand the truth and reality of what's going on
Mm.
and the decision making of both sides. Both sides can be wrong. One side can be really wrong, and then you don't want any part of it. But when it comes down to it, if the best choice is right or left, you know which way to go,
Yeah.
because you're independent, because you have the ability to think for yourself.
Mhm.
You're not, like the kind of
Thank
like
you.
we talk about all the time, where these people, their family runs their life, and they're living through their family, and they're living for their family. Well, the same
Yeah.
thing happens in politics, and it happens in religion, and it happens at the workplace, happens everywhere. People get controlled by agencies, organizations, and families, and they don't live their own life and think for themselves. But
Mm.
you are able to think for yourself, so you're definitely not liberal, and you're definitely independent.
On that. So what he just said, thank you for not liberal. I don't know what it means, but yes, I am independent. But I want you to know this. While he says, when you're independent, you take risks, right? And I'm not Russian. I don't think risk. You take the risk
Independent.
of you take a risk of losing or winning. You just take that risk of being who you are and what key of being independent. Good luck to you. I don't know what to say. It's not an easy road to go down. Yes, sir. I will always be independent because, and the reason why I do, I will I will feed. I will go back and forth. Like I will listen to what you say. Here's the case, maybe, and I will be like, look, man, and I'll speak what's good or bad for me, or but I'll always keep it 100. A very small period point. But thank you. Yeah. But be careful, like when you guys are out there, you guys are voting or something. But if you're gonna mark independent, you better be sure you better represent your hands down, all the way 100 loyalty to self. I think it does.
It can be done. It can be done. You don't have to be controlled, people. You don't, I
No,
mean, and
I
here's the thing, it's not even always about family, religion, and politics, but food controls people, drugs control people, alcohol controls people. I mean,
drugs.
when you come back in here, and you take control of your own life.
So let's keep it real talk, right?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
go
keep it
down
real
the real
talk.
road. On Blenderman, aka
You,
Untethered Muse. Here is the what? Go ahead. What was it?
you, you are controlling the alcohol. The alcohol isn't controlling you.
Yeah. So here's the sitch, right? We like to keep it 100. It was not last night, but the night before. 24. What's that song? Not last night, but the night knocking at your door. Da, 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 whatever. But I did from my shroom yesterday. Actually, a lot of shroom yesterday. I started this painting, and I did some shrooms. I could not, for the life of me, I had a good night's sleep, and I was going through this stuff with my doctors and stuff. Podcasts, I talk about it from the gate, and I talk about when doctors, prescribe you these medications, and uh, uh they don't refill your prescription, right? Talk about how like you go from that to this, like to Adderall. I talk about that shit. Like front, I put it out there. I'm not a therapist because I was recently assaulted. And the therapist, because I did the right thing. For the first time in my life, I actually called people that are to help me. Okay, but that being said, I did all the protocol done during a time of assault or battery or whatever the fuck you call it, and I was taken. I've been taken off my drug, but taken off. No, I'm not going to refill you, help you. No, now you got to go see another. You got to call your insurance, and it was just like this cycle that happens when you do that. Is the other day I was thinking, it was yesterday, and I went and had my neurologist do my, not for the fun of it, but because I get migraines. But and I was thinking, man, like it's true. If you don't get your medication, hands down. So I chose to go to mushrooms yesterday instead of smoking that pizzo. Am I telling the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help me God. And and I bought some pot, and it active on things, but I don't even know if I'm making sense. I'm just kind of speaking my truth as it is. High on mushrooms right now. So why is that third window popping up? It's freaking me out.
Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that by itself.
But truth be told, I want you guys to know this. I sit here before you, and I sit here and I say the Untethered Muse, untethered, and like I'm like perfect. Fucking, I'm not perfect. My life has been completely, and when things happen to you, I've had a lot of trauma, a lot of shit, and you go and reach out to the right people, and they don't fucking help. Mine does. Is I go back to that place, that dark place. Well, if you help me, then I'm gonna fucking go here and do that. And I did that. And it's not the easiest thing to admit, but fucking I had to do it. No one was there. And that's what I did. So, and I got a masterpiece in front of me from all that experience. And it took something that I'm not even going to say on camera, but it took something, a realization I faced by someone that I really, really love and care about. And does that make sense? Did I just blabber a lot?
No, no, you made perfect sense. I mean,
Fuck
you
the
know,
system.
you live in an area that's, it's not
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Detroit, but it's not, it's not that great. And you don't,
It's a separation. It's a separation is what I learned. The street that I live on is I've learned a lot of bridges, and it's a separation of it's a diverse culture. It's come down to is it's a war. Look at that if you want to look at it like honestly, it's game.
But another disadvantage that you have is some guys in general, whether it's some douchebag on the street or someone in business working on your car, they feel, I don't know if they feel some kind of power taking advantage of women or what it is, but those have to be the biggest cowards on the planet when a guy can take advantage of a woman, whether it's through assault or overcharging you for your car or whatever it is. Those are the biggest fucking cowards on the planet.
And it's like this, like I literally so face value. Like I speak my whole I am like not like I don't give a fuck what you think of me. I do I know where I've come from. It's taken me a long time to be at this place. It's like a disadvantage, right? They're like, oh, the mom with the fucking son that has like, let's take advantage of that motherfucking chick, right? This fucking weta, this fucking white girl. Let's go. Let's take advantage of her. I'll let you fucking throw me around. I'll even stand up to you and let you. I'll do that because I know who the fuck I am and I'm not afraid to do that. But there are some people that are afraid either to be man, but like it's just what I'm trying to get at is end of the day, know who the fuck you are. No matter what. I didn't come up with the name Untethered Muse just because the fucking shit of it a lot. My experience and I've become untethered from a life that I was and now I'm stepping into who the fuck I am. And it's kind of scary to do. And this divide that we have in this world between the fucking Hispanic. I fucking love Mexicans, man. I love Hispanics. I love them. I love all African Americans, black men, whoever you are. But what's happening is the division. And on the street that I live in, it's step on this side, it's this side. If you step on this side, it's this side. And if you fucking wear SD, it's like fuck you. And then you get I don't know. It's just kind of,
And that will always
I don't know.
there's always going to be division. I mean,
I don't want that.
That'll never change because people are going to be human. That's their mindset. I mean, if you look at the prisons, what happens instantly in the prisons? All the blacks go to one side, all the Hispanics go to the others, all the whites go to the others. I mean, it's like in front of them they can say, "Oh, I like Hispanics, I like blacks, I like this race, I like that race." But when it gets down to the nitty gritty, and then you're like somewhere in fucking prison, oh, then you're going to your own race or whatever. And that happens in the general public too.
And that's
like
bullshit. Yeah.
But you have to understand that's never going to change. Racism is never going to change. And one party knows this, and they're using it as a tool against you, you dumb motherfuckers, and they're making money off of you doing it. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about anything about you. They're just making money off you, and they're using it as a tool. So you have to understand, racism is never going to change. So live your own fucking life.
Check it.
Be true to who you are. And move on, because you're not going to change the mindset of people that decide they're going to be racist. It's never going to change. Never.
So here's
just like
I agree.
Some women will say, okay, like some guys are not attracted to Asian girls, right? And then the Asian girls are like, they don't understand. They're calling you racist. That's not racist. I'm not attracted to Asian women. That's not racist, though.
So
you have to understand the difference.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Here's what I'm talking about. Racism isn't just black and white. Racism is if you call a street that joins a gang a fucking. Do you know why that kid, what their life was like? Do you even know before you even have that judgment or prejudice against them? Do you even know what's happening in their life? Prejudice have the audacity to judge somebody, not knowing what they've gone through, not knowing what they experienced. Who the fuck are you? And I stand tall to this because my whole fucking ever since started for the kiddos, right? Have I fucked up here and there? Yeah, but I still get down to is that prejudice comes when you start fucking talking shit and you did, right? You want to fucking judge me? You want to come at me? You want to call me white girl? What the fuck I've gone through? You don't know where I've been at. That's prejudice. Because you are to choose based on what society tells you, okay? And or what you listen to. Oh God, there's that little white girl. Yeah, she's the only fuck. I'm called the skinny white girl in my hood, right? It's I shouldn't call it that. I call it wherever the hood is, like where you live. I'm not trying to. It's just where I live in my town, right? Where I'm from. I said, be careful because those people that you judge, they'll come after you. No, I'm just kidding. But just, it's like, you don't know what I've gone through. Why don't you just ask and say, hey, what up? How are you? I see you, what up? Prejudice, it's not that easy. I got you. But
They're not going to do it. You know why?
Really?
You know why they're not going to do it? It's not just prejudice. It's also these fucking cowards feel empowered by degrading people.
Oh, the cops? You mean cowards?
It could be cops. It could be anybody, not just cops. Yeah, cops too. I mean, I had this cop recently. Like, this cop. He tried to. There goes our studio again. I don't know what it's doing. Hold on.
God, you're so slick. He's like the slickest Rick I've ever seen in the Wild Wild West. Where you go. Okay, so what happened?
So our studio, that's our studio. It's for some reason it wants to take over or join us. It wants to join us.
Of course it does.
It's not a real person. It's just hosting this whole podcast. But for some reason it wants to join us, and I don't know why. It just does.
So anywho, the whole what I want to say to you all. I don't know how this is gonna play out because I did some mushrooms tonight because I'm working on this painting. It's like a Picasso, but it's not Picasso. I can never be a Picasso. But I had to get
never say never. Never say never.
But it's like what I'm saying, like what? Get back to yourself, Don. People based on what you hear, okay, and what you see. Everyone that I know in that manner, because you don't know their history, you don't know why they did this, why they joined this, why they're doing this, and I do not like prejudiced people that do based on what you hear and see, right? Prejudice. What does that word mean?
Well, in 2023, it means it's a tool to make money off of the ignorance. That's what it means in 2023.
Hey, just like the guys that just bought the fucking trademark "White Lives Matter."
Yeah, that's a perfect example right there. Perfect example.
Men.
Perfect example. They're only doing it to make the money. That's it. They don't give a fuck about you.
Like what Kanye did. And by the way,
and they don't give a fuck about Black Lives Matter or Democrat or Republican. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They just want to make money.
money. But at the end of the day, it's hurting a lot of people.
It is. And when you do something like that, you're selling your soul.
With Black Lives Matter. That's where the divide started happening. I mean, a real fucking divide started happening. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's when they put the fence up and said Black Lives Matter, and now to African Americans says White Lives Matter, right? Fence.
Yep.
And now I'm sitting here, a white female. Because why? Because African Americans own the right to, guess what, motherfuckers? My white
To make
life
money,
matters.
to make money off of that statement for, you know, t-shirt, anything they want, bumper stickers, t-shirts, flags,
It's
anything.
bullshit.
I mean, look at the fuck. Look, I mean, you would not. I live in a blue state, but you would not believe how many fuck Biden flags you see around my neighborhood. And someone registered that quote, and they're making money off it, just like these two black guys with the White Lives Matter.
It's bullshit because you know what? You're American, right? Why are you living in America? Because you want to be free. United we fucking stand. One nation under God. What? And I say that with the respect of, I have a brother with the respect of, my brother went to combat for our country and fucking, you know what? He fights for us to live. Regardless of what that looks like to you motherfuckers, we are united. Bob Marley spoke about it. Fucking Led Zeppelin spoke about it. I can go back in music history. We can go way, way the fuck back. And they speak about it, and all we do is fucking keep. And then the music comes back. And then the new fucking, what's his name? In a painting. Malone. What's his name? Fucking Malone. What the fuck is his name? But I'll come up. We keep repeating the same cycle over and over and over again, and with enough to say fuck Black Lives Matter, fuck White Lives Matter, we all matter because we're living in America. We all can be free, love each other equally, because everyone's life is, because no one's walked in your motherfucking shoes and no one's walked in my motherfucking shoes. So why get the fuck out of my way? Let me be free. I'm here for a reason. I have a purpose. All this fucking divide.
Well, a lot of them want to keep it divided because they're making money off of it. They're making money off of it.
Little me are getting fucking thrown because of it. You know what I mean?
And that's why you have to take. That's why you gotta constantly take those motherfuckers down. I mean, when you see, like for here example in Detroit, when you see fucking black only radio stations, what you're doing is you're separating the race. When you do that, you're causing fucking race. You're causing fucking racism. You fucking dumb motherfuckers.
You know what? Whoever fucking started that movement. You know what? I get it. I get you're trying to make a statement, but at the same time, we're one.
It's not
nation.
only
one.
It's not
we
only a statement. It's
under God. The Constitution of one nation under God. Do you understand that? So why the fuck does someone have the right? Why are we dividing it into two nations now? Black Lives Matter.
And I'll tell you exactly why.
Now it's three nations, man.
Some of them are so insecure in their thoughts that the only way they can feel empowerment and security within themselves here is
it doesn't matter
to say, I'm going to create a black only TV station or a black only radio station. Empowerment. I now feel empowered. That's how they think. Because I can see the difference.
Our nation?
Exactly. I can see the difference though, because then I see other black Americans, or it doesn't even have to be black. It could be Asians. It could be
white right here.
It could be Hispanics. It could be Arabics. We got a lot of Arabics here.
It doesn't matter.
And it all happens. It all happens in these races, not just black radio stations. We have Arabic only radio stations. And here's the thought process.
Who cares?
Here's the thought process.
And they're making more money. Good for them. Fuck it.
Here's the thought process, though.
Who cares?
You can see it like black and white when you see these people that create these TV stations, radio stations, and then you see the other side where the Arabic or the black African American or the
Cares.
Asians, they security in themselves, and they're successful. See, they're so empowered within, and they know who they are. They don't have to do anything like that to separate themselves. They don't have to, because they're secure here. You got to be secure here. You can't look out there and say, oh, I'm going to create something that makes me feel powerful.
So,
you ever hear about the little guy that buys the big truck because it makes him feel empowered? Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Do you remember when the Asians got attacked? They didn't go around and say Asian lives matter. They didn't fucking
exactly.
do that. They're proud to be in America, right? They're proud to be here because where they came from is right. So they're proud to be here. They didn't fucking do a movement. Those motherfuckers should have did a movement. They should have done a movement because they were fucking fucked off.
They were fucked over big time.
Not just one, okay? Not one person officer and fucking died. All of them were objected to something, okay? Culture. And we're here sitting praising Black Lives Matter. What, man? They're proud to be in America. The Asians I speak come from, right? Smart motherfuckers, I would have to say so myself. But coming to America is freedom, right? More opportunity. More, you're sitting here going, okay, so a white cop kill a white person go, after they died, go, white lives matter. No, man. Are loyal to America. Get it straight. I'm sorry. I'm like getting like amped. But we have never done, there have been plenty of white people that have died under a Black African American stance, okay?
And they never say anything about it.
And we sit there in front of the Hall of Justice or the fucking Washington, D.C. Lives matter. We don't do that shit, man. And I'm just fucking saying that. And here's our, we don't do that. And at the same time, like I want you to know, think before you do a movement that's going to divide. The Constitution. History is lost. We have lost all commandment, all 10 commandments. We have lost everything. What is history? What are the 12? Do you even know what the independence is? Like the Constitution of Independence? Does anybody know their history? We've lost it. We've lost the ability to respect to be here. Why I get to be here, and it's because people want to fucking have their money and be like, oh, look at me, I'm gonna be that movement, and I was gonna do something. No, I'm gonna speak my truth on here. I'm gonna speak my truth as my experience, and I'm gonna do a movement. Whether you want to fucking agree with me or not agree with me, that's on you. Experience. I'm gonna do what I have to do, but I'm not gonna sit here and fucking try and gain on a place where I get to live at, you know, freedom and capability to teach my son how to be respectful country that allows us to fucking be here. Tax dollars and all. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, man. I don't need that indie glow.
That's why everybody wants to come here, because we are the most successful and powerful country on the planet. Well, and people risk their lives to come here. People risk their lives to come here every day.
They do. And I think I'm going to to Dubai. They risk their lives every day to fucking be in what? This
You couldn't
diverse,
afford to
this
buy.
divided nation.
You couldn't afford to buy.
I couldn't afford to buy, but I could meet some. I don't live like that anymore.
No.
But
No, even though our country's in peril and
there's
it's
still no opportunity. There's
it
no
might feel like
opportunity.
it might feel like it's burning in fucking flames right now because of what we're going through. People still want to come here because they
No.
know
Don't
one
come here.
thing. They know one thing.
One nation.
No. They know one thing that's possible here. The freedom to do and accomplish anything you want is still possible only in this country only. That's it. This is the only country where you can start from nothing and become anything you want.
No. That is absolute bullshit.
No, it's not.
Fuck, I'm out, man. I don't agree with that statement at all. So if you're
Well,
coming
that's
to
why they're coming here.
America,
That's
third world
exactly
country
why
is
they're
what?
coming here.
I want to move to a third world country. Get the fuck out in a peaceful place in a third world country because this country right here, our nation, our United States of America, has become so divided that it's so fucked as a single white female.
You know what's funny?
Stop it.
My mom says the exact same thing as you. She wants to move to fucking Mexico.
Get the fuck out.
I'm like, Mom, you won't even get fucking Social Security in Mexico because they will cut it. You're not allowed to get your Social Security over in Mexico.
Who gives a fuck? You don't need Social Security. You get a fucking house on the beach for $300 a month. Fuck this.
Where are you getting $300 a month?
Check it out, man. But at the end of the day,
you'd be flat broke. You'd be flat broke. You guys don't understand.
No, I would not.
You guys with this mindset that want to leave this country don't understand how much control they have over you in other countries. They do. You have no idea.
Check it out. I'm sorry, but I think let me just speak out loud real quick.
Even Canada, that was so close to America at one point. After COVID,
I can't go to Canada.
After COVID, they became one of the worst countries in the entire planet.
The Canucks, fuck the Canucks. Okay, I fucking fuck the Canucks. But the Vancouver, I would actually move to Mexico before I'd continue to place this freedom that we have. There is no freedom. You think you have freedom in America, motherfuckers? Stay in Bali. Stay the fuck where you're at. Be it like those berries on a shirt. It's all gonna blow up. You don't know right there.
You'd be crossing the border real quick after you move to Mexico.
Actually, no, I wouldn't.
You'd be coming back here real quick.
No, I wouldn't. And you know why I wouldn't? Is because that culture is so fied. Check it out. They struggle really hard, and they know how to fucking build hard work to survive. Here in America,
but their politics are totally 100% corrupt.
Well, you know what? That's how it is here.
But it's only temporary. That's why we have a constitution. We will come back to balance eventually. That's the reason for our constitution, is because when it becomes unbalanced and unfair and crazy and fucked up, the Constitution protects us from that, and we all become balanced again. It just takes time. We'll get back there.
You know what? I when my husband was alive, like we used to pay, people that would come pay them. They stand out in front of Home Depot or whatever, and I paid them with burritos. They love. Okay, and they'd go home. They didn't have but food. The fuck? And you're sitting here saying what? What are you saying? That America, that they just want food. They're hungry.
I'm saying Mexico is the most politically corrupt country in the world.
No, it's
In the news today, Coca-Cola will make your testicles enlarge.
is it like Viagra? Can I?
I don't know. I
But,
just read this today. And hey, I'm all
I mean,
for it.
Coca-Cola comes from the cocoa plant, so be careful what you drink. Possible.
Don't be drinking water only. Don't be drinking Jack Daniels only. Drink some Coca-Cola.
Don't drink Jack Daniels because you go to Mexico. I'm not to drink a bottle of Jack Daniels just to go to Mexico. Take me away. Take me back to fucking Rosarito. I want to eat some ice, okay? That's what I'm getting down to.
You need better friends. That's what you need.
Okay. First of all, I need people that aren't subject to dinero. People that don't chase money for what's it called?
Lies?
To get at.
Chase money for lies?
Yeah, like whatever the fuck I'm doing, but it's really sad, right? People are struggling so hard right now that they will take money to fucking fuck you over. So that's how bad it is here. And you know what I'm talking about when I say that shit. But money buys time. Money buys you time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Brian, do you understand? What does that
Yep.
mean? What does that mean?
Money buys you time?
Yeah.
That can mean a lot of things. I mean, money buys you time in the sense of
Like saves you. Yeah. What does it mean?
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I want you to, without me giving you, I want you to tell me what it means.
Well, you were interrupting. Money buys you time in the sense of you have this ability now. You're stress free. You can devote more time to thinking about what you want to do because money has enabled you the time to be stress free about worrying about bills or whatever is going on in your life. So money does buy you time, but if you're doing it in the way of corruption, it's all coming down on you eventually. White Lives Matter, t-shirts.
I've done that. I've taken money. I have. Because I struggled. But I did struggle.
But you didn't do it in the sense of corruption.
No, I did not. Nope, I did not do that. And when you take money for time and you think it's going to be so good and you're right? Like you said, it'll all fucking the first time in my life, Brian's helped me a little bit with like gas and shit. He gives me like 20 here, 20 used to that. And I'm not dependent. How do I say it? Solely depending on myself and myself only, with a little help. Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I like to help promote your business and what you're doing and your creative talents. and everything you do, because some people, they just need that little push or spark to keep them going. I don't ever want you to give up what you love doing. It's very important, because that's what fuels your life. I mean, you love painting, you love
I do.
you love entertaining people, you love music, you love all these different things, and that has to keep going within your soul, because that's what's going to keep going within your life. Because why? Because that's what you love to do. But there's things that can
Right,
stop
but
that. There's things that can stop that,
yeah,
and you
that's true.
never want to stop that. And because I admire what you do, I always have. I try to help
The alarm went off.
fuel. I try to help fuel your what you everything you do.
And I appreciate
Like this
you for that.
podcast, for example. I mean, I enjoy doing this. I'm not getting paid for it.
I'm not either, motherfuckers. He is though. He is.
But it's promoting her TikTok and OFans and
You know what?
Instagram
Fuck
and
that. It's
Spotify and
who gives a
all the
fuck
different
about
all the different platforms that she's on. It helps promote that. Plus it inspires people to
promotes
think.
the crackhead's daughter. What?
Plus it inspire it gets people thinking, like for Thelma, for example. She actually decided to respond on our post, and it got her thinking about stuff. So I like that. I like when people think, and they
But
and
you
and it
did
and
get
it
so much.
and it pulls
Shut
something.
the get out.
Listen. A lot of people are going to watch this and think about things, but they're never going to say them. But when someone actually responds and says something, that means something
Oh,
right there. You
he
hit a
said
nerve. We hit a nerve, and that's what we want. We want people to
Selma said
respond.
that that I needs what did she say? She's like, it's a
She
cry out
says
for
she
help.
says I enable. She says I
Why
enable you.
are you
Enable you.
listening? Check it out.
She didn't. She didn't really
Uh,
specify.
by the way,
She
for
didn't
help.
really specify how I
I'm
enable
crying
you.
out for help. I'm crying out for help. I'm crying out for help and know yourself and speak your. I'm crying out for help so that people will understand to fuck up. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to be yourself. Hey, to do the first thing that I did on this podcast today and be okay with it, knowing the consequences that may come. It is okay to be that person. I'm not crying out for help. Who the fuck I am. And I mean, if he is, thank you. Thank you for become more of myself than I ever have. Enabling whether it is having a shot of Fireball, whether it is, eating a piece of cheese with a cucumber with some cheese. I mean, enabling me with fucking good snacks and strawberries organically. Like, tell me some more. Like, send me more fucking cheese and organic shit. If you can't be yourself and you're so worried about other people, who the fuck are you, man? The fuck out of here. Tell me you know.
Exactly.
Bye, Felicia.
That was that was a great point. Exactly. I mean, if you can't be yourself, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, man. If you're scared to be yourself, I know it could come. I know every fucking. I know it. But if I didn't do this, I would never. If I was to die today, I'm going to die today. But I know that I went out speaking my truth, the whole truth and truth for myself and for my kids to fucking see that I'm not a self and fuck up. Because that's important. And everyone's so scared of fucking up. Lose. Right? And but at the same time, because I'm able to speak my truth. Regardless of the judgment, come after me. But what are you doing in your life to make your life better? You're so worried about mine. What are you doing to make an impact in this world today? What are you doing to be happy? What are you doing, right? Because what I'm doing, it's making me happy. It's what I want to be. It's who I haven't been my whole and I'm doing it now. So you want to come at me? Let's go. But remember, what are you doing to impact, to make a difference in this world today, in your life today? Because if you're not doing shit, you're fucked. Okay, just hands down. I can have the biggest rap sheet in the fucking world. I'll probably still make an impact by saying whatever, who I am, what I'm about, what I believe in, to stand strong for my kids, to see that no matter what, at the end of the day, that they can fucking what, no matter who judges you, you still stay loyal to who you are. Period, hands down.
And let me add something to that. You can't dwell, like, everything she said is 100%. But what you cannot do is, here's what you cannot do. When people do attack you for any reason whatsoever, you cannot let that affect you. You cannot dwell on that. It has to fucking bounce right off of you like it was never said. Because if you don't, it's going to affect you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's going to affect you in so many ways. If you hold on to that and dwell onto that, you cannot ever do that. You have to let it bounce. There goes the studio again. Thank you for joining us, studio, and thank you for hosting us on the Untethered Muse podcast.
So weird. I feel like there's a ghost writer or something.
Hey, maybe it's your husband that wanted to join us. So maybe we should say hello. You had an anniversary recently.
Oh, February is hard. Yeah, February. February is Chris Blenderman. He's a beautiful soul. I don't want to cry. And I miss him so much. Volcom. I love that motherfucker. Okay, and
as you should.
I do, and it's fine. It made me cry. Man, I don't want to cry. You know, make you cry, man. Mushrooms get you in this place of ability and cry. And I was doing mushrooms. Wait, what's today? I mean, the day before yesterday. And I couldn't cook. I was telling Aiden I couldn't do shit. My life was just because I was in my head. When you do mushrooms, like, and I told them, it's okay, Mom. Like, you know, he was just like, just do your thing. And I started painting. You know what? With your kids about shit. I don't know. Mushrooms aren't bad. They just, I had to get this. They're vulnerable and spit some truth and make you see things that you should have seen in your eye, but you couldn't. So you got to go deep inside and see it. And like, fuck, like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, ooh.
Well, your son is so understanding of you, and the reason for it is because what he's been through himself. He had to grow up a lot faster than most people, and I know this firsthand because I've been through the same thing. So you have a lot more clarity. You have a lot more clarity and wisdom at a younger age because of what you have to go through.
No, it's not because of what you had to go through. It's because of it's because how you communicate with your kids. It's because how honest are you with it doesn't have to what they went through. What he's gone through some shit, man. I've ever fucking
Well,
seen.
my
Gone through
parents.
more shit than I've gone at 40. Okay, that kid fucking balls than any man I've ever dated or married in my fucking entire life. And I say that fucking out loud. He has more fucking girth than anyone on this motherfucking planet. And that's because he has girth. I don't gain my girth from him, but communicate with your kids. That is why. Truthful 100. He knows. Just be fucking loyal. Loyal. What is loyalty? People have loyalty I'm gonna fucking be this, but I don't have, and I'm gonna say loyalty. I don't have fucking out of here. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
What were you gonna say? Because it's important. Importante. 9 to 5 doesn't matter. And if
I was
the
just
kids
gonna
know
say,
you're fucking true.
yeah, I mean, he's an incredible kid because he understands, like, he has clarity of what you're going through, and for him to say something like that, it's like no kid would say that at that age. But because of your communication with him and what he's gone through and his experience, it's like he when you go through that kind of stuff, it's like you're an old soul and you understand things a lot more than the average kid, because most kids don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So they just kind of grow up a lot faster, in my opinion.
Yeah, they say that who Jesus died. Someone died, right? For a son. What's the saying in religion? They died
Jesus
for you to say.
Jesus died
for our sins.
on the cross for our sins. I mean,
But he died.
that
He
it's
basically died. So I look at Chris like this. Chris died to save his son's life. Jesus saved your life and in my life, and we're all a child of God, right? We're all fucking, and Jesus is. I think God, we are all. I'm a child of God. Are you? I don't know. I'm a child of this universe. That's how I look at it. Is Chris died for Aiden to live, and I see his strength and girth in Aiden every day, and him standing tall is. Sorry, I was religious there, but we are all here. You know, it's like Chris went
and
behind
here's
that rock on Easter, and like when it's or went up on the cross. Chris fucking suffered, man. Went up on
and
his
here's
sins
and here's
for his
something
son to live.
here's something to think about, because you never know what the alternative was that would have happened if your husband didn't die. Would your son still have the strength that he has to live the way he does today? Or because what happens when someone's around, see some parents, they love and
No,
baby their kids so much that they become weak. And I just recently heard this in the news that someone's kid died recently because their parents babied them so much that they had no strength within themselves. So another way to look at this is your husband died to make your son stronger because of what he
and
has to go through.
son, check it out. Okay, I allow my son to make choices. I allow my. That's what we're missing. When I was younger, I was a fucking piece. I was a wuss. I was like, I was so structured,
That
right?
was
I was like this little fucking girl. Like, whether to turn right or left, right, without asking mom? Can I go right or left? I wasn't allowed, like, I had to do all these things deceitful because I was so structured. My son, if he wants to, hands down, if he wants to go out, that's his prerogative, right? Because people don't understand why he would join. That's another topic for another day. If he wants to be like the smartest math, the only thing that I ask of him is to not settle. Does the school's telling you to get a C? Don't fucking settle for that shit. That's life. Oh, well, fuck that, man. You're smart. Use your fucking brain like you know how to use it. That's the only thing, is to use his smart, his soul, everything he's to the best of his ability. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, but use it. Do not join it. Use it to the best of your ability. You want to do this? Use it to the. Do not settle for it. You will make mistakes. You might get hurt. You might do this. I don't tell my son. I don't keep in this structured. Oh my God, you got to go to this school. You got to wear this. You got to dress this. You can't talk to. Can't. Fuck that. Because you won't. He will not find out who the fuck he is. Is that strength from me and his father that passed it on to him, right? And here where I live and in the streets and things like that, but not like a street gang, but a street. I'm gonna fuck you in your house, kind of. Anyways, but it's just like for the C average. I want him, and no matter what he does, fucking be a nerd, be the class clown, be the best personality, be the best transgender, be the best gay man, whatever you can be, but do it to this mentality, like heart and head, not settle. Be trans, do whatever the fuck you want to do, man. But what my son to do, hello again, but that's all I want, just live life not like I lived it, and be what my mom wanted me to be. Fuck, be street, be strong about it, and don't. Oh, the school says you gotta get a C because it's. Don't get a C. Oh no, that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. I mean, you cannot allow. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. Religion, politics, schools, people, your neighbors,
You better pull the
family.
trigger.
You cannot let people control your life. You only get one life in this body, in this time frame. So use it wisely, because you might come back again, but you could be a fucking mosquito or something.
Right?
And then you're gonna be that fucking mosquito thinking, man, I used to be a fucking human. Look at all the things I could have done if I only would have controlled my own life and not lived for others. Now I'm a fucking mosquito and I'm gonna die in like 5 days.
5 days deep. Anyways, yeah, 5 days deep. Just fucking whatever. Don't listen to the person. Listen to the right people too that are trying to fucking encourage you to be better. And do think for yourself instead of listen to oh you'll be okay. No, fucking die. If you don't do this, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And
There's those people.
Linda.
Don't listen to those fucking people that enable your bad behavior or whatever. I mean, and then don't listen to those people that want to fucking use you. Like I can't tell you how many friends I've had growing up. Like all they would do was fucking ask me for favors, but then you ask them for a favor. It's like you're asking for the fucking world to turn around. Yeah.
Well,
it's like you're asking.
I feel bad.
It's like you're asking for something ungodly.
Oh,
Like, what the fuck? All these favors, you asked of me. All I did was ask you for one favor, and you have a problem with that? What?
I,
What kind of fucking person
are you
is that?
talking? Don't fucking talk to me like that. I know I ask a lot of favors, bro, but like right now,
No, I ain't
it's
talking
ridiculous.
about you. I said when I was growing up.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm talking about like I had this neighbor. He lived with his grandmother. We were good friends
Don't talk
growing
about
up as
neighbors, dog.
kids.
Don't talk about neighbors. Don't talk about neighbors. Don't talk about neighbors. Don't talk about neighbors. I mean neighbors. I said neighbor.
Neighbors.
Neighbor. About your neighbor. So you had this neighbor one time, and what did he do at band camp? What happened?
Oh, he
What happened
always
to your
asked
neighbor?
me. Because when his grandma died, he always asked me to help him work on his house. And I was always working on my own house, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of working on my own house over here. Why don't you come over here and help me? And it was always like a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Like I'd be over there helping his ass like within minutes,
Yeah.
because that's just who I am. I want to fucking help people and get shit done,
Yeah.
and I want to motivate them to move forward, you know. But some people you cannot motivate them to move forward because their mindset is stuck to where they always think they need help from other people constantly, and that's his state of mind. And then finally I had to cut him off. I'm like, nah, we're done.
That
You know,
fucked
you got to
off.
do your own. I'm living with no fucking kidneys here. You're a healthy fucking human being, and I'm helping your ass. What's your fucking problem? What the fuck?
What's your fucking problem? That's what I would ask you. What's your fucking problem? But anyways, Brian says, and he's helping me, which is father. 1982 was a tragic day for Don Blenrett. But I get that. I get that hands down. The neighbor. I get that. Hey, I want this. I want that. But there's that fucking tick, man. There's that doesn't know how to go and and on. So am I a tick?
Are you what?
A tick. Like
No, you're not a
a
tick.
tick.
No.
Oh, okay. I like the red and white. I really like gang and represent I represent 81 red and white gang and I fucking
I
love
wonder how many
the red
people
and
know what
white.
this means out there. If you know what this means,
If,
comment on our YouTube channel if you know what
I know
this
what the
means. I'm
colors
not going to
mean.
tell you. I'm not going to tell
I
you.
really
Only
support.
some people will know.
I am a supporter of that shirt. I'm a supporter of that shirt, and I really like what at the end of the day it's a lot of berries, and berries are good for you. Berries, wait. So should I show my painting?
and it's not about popping your cherry.
I thought I was popping your cherry. I really thought I was popping your cherry. I really thought so. 13%, but should I show my masterpiece? No,
You
I
should
can't.
show it to you should show it to me.
I'll show it to you first. Yeah, I'll show it to you first. It's a masterpiece. It's actually pretty fucking epic, and I haven't painted like this in a while. Like this, let's just say I've never painted the way that I painted at this moment in time, ever, ever, ever. And you guys have seen my
I can't
paintings.
I
They're
can't
not.
wait to stare at it because of what you were talking about where it
Yeah,
changed. Like as you stare at it, it changes. And I love
I
paintings
changed
like
it,
that. I absolutely
and
love
the
paintings
reason,
like that.
and it's open minded. Okay,
Why don't
and
you
it
show
has
the
to
one
do.
why don't you show the one that I said that looked like a flower?
That's the same. I can't show that. It's different. now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's the same one, but it's completely different. So it has to do with the whole equality, right? Equality, but then kind of like, how do I want to put it? It almost reminds me of like back in the day, like Adolf Hitler, I don't Queen and Princess Diana. I don't know. Princess Diana comes into. I don't know, man. Whole equal equality in this. If you can see it, if you must, but there's a lot of different faces in this. I've never painted like this, and I got
That's
these
fucking amazing.
and I
That's
got these
amazing.
canvases. I got these canvases, and my paint has been weird in my house. I don't fucked with my paints, but maybe I don't know. But I'm very people will be like, what the fuck is that? You really have to have an open mind, and you have to be artiste. You have to, I don't know, just take some mushrooms, you'll get it. I don't know. I'm excited about it. Kind of crazy. What non-drugs do to you? I want to call them earthly things do to you, change your perspective deeper.
Yeah, I don't call mushrooms drugs.
I
But
don't.
I'm really excited to see it because of what you described before.
Yeah,
And I just want
it's
to I
trippy,
want
dude.
to stare at it for a while and see how many different things I see from it, because those are my
Yeah.
absolutely favorite type of paintings. And it's back, the Untethered Muse.
But it's gonna be super dope if you can stare at a painting. It's like, what are those paintings called, Brian? Gang. But what are those paintings called where you stare at them?
Oh, I love those.
They're like
I fucking
they're
love
broad,
those.
and you stare
And they
at it in
change
like
three
a process.
dimensional. Yeah. Oh my god, I fucking love
Yeah,
those.
but this is
And
different.
yeah. Yeah,
This
that's
is
totally
different.
totally different. Totally different.
Yeah, it's totally like when you put it up, you'll see it. But then if you like kind of ponder it, process it, whatever you feel inside is what that painting is going to look like. That painting is meant for. Because I felt it, and
That's
this
what
is what I was going
that's
through.
what's awesome.
That whatever you feel inside, that painting, what I just did is your feeling inside. You might cry a little bit, but it's going to be your interpretation of what. I don't know if that makes sense. It's really weird. I painted it, but it's going to be your interpretation. Isn't
Oh,
that weird?
that makes perfect
I
sense.
painted
I
it, but
mean,
it's going to be whatever you interpret it to be.
not
What the artist
everyone
is
will
going through, bro.
not everyone will understand that statement, because you got to love art and the artistic value of creation in the first place.
No, everyone who buys a piece of art, do you ever think about what the artist was going through? They don't. They interpret it in their view only. Now,
Yeah, in
if
a
you
different way.
I had this conversation with a person the other day. It was deep. It was like you never know what that artist is going through during that moment in time when they're painting it, but you the way you want to view it. Ooh, right? If you can only get the art in that piece, that's the magic of it. But you'll never know. It's like who's it? Picasso, Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh is one of my favorite artists. But his mental, and look at a piece and go, fuck, I wonder what he was fucking thinking. I do that. I wonder what artist was thinking when they made that painting. And if you put yourself in their shoes, like just kind of equation for a minute, stop being so selfish and realize that love and compassion and maybe and mental shit that they were going through doing that piece just for you. Like, it's mind blowing. Do some measure. I'm not
And that's
promoting
it. That's
mushrooms or anything.
that's a great way to explain it, because when most, I think when a lot of people buy painting, they're only doing it for their own reasons, like you said, selfish
The
reasons,
color of
like,
the house. What am I
oh,
looking
this matches my
for?
living room, you
Yeah,
know?
fuck
This
that,
matches
man.
my living room. That's
No,
gonna
no.
go great in my living room.
Genge, you don't do that. If you are a true, and not just for the fucking looks of it, because your bathroom matches, or it matches the color of your, fuck that. Then don't buy the piece, right? Don't buy it. Just, you're gonna have matching your bedroom, but you don't know who the fuck Picasso is. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what? Van Gogh, beautiful, anything, poetic, something like puts their fucking mental illness into a painting, and you put a fucking, I don't know, curtains or some shit. The fuck out of here. How much work that artist put into that piece, and I'm gonna cry right here, because mentally, emotionally, and physically, what they were feeling at that moment that you just missed, that could save your life. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting all emotional on my piece. It's kind of, I don't know. It's big, but for me, it's big, I think. So I have 7%. Brian, before we go,
Before we go, were you gonna say something after before we go?
how are you?
Oh, I didn't hear that. I said I'm always good unless you got 10 grand, and I'll be a lot better.
Mhm. So, um, what what advice somebody today on this beautiful, whatever the fuck day it is? It's 2-3. They're all twos, 2-2. What would you, what hope would you bring somebody today?
Well, the hope I always want to bring people is total clarity of your person, because if you're not living your own life, then what are you doing? I mean, seriously, all the things we talk about that can control your life, food, alcohol, drugs, people, religion, politics, school, all these different things can control you and take over your life from who you really are. Family, especially family. You got to break away from that, because you're only here one time in this body, in this time frame, in this life. You might come back again, but you might be a mosquito, and you're only going to live 5 days wondering why you didn't live a better life as a human being.
5 days will suck, man. The 5
Don't
days
let
will
these
suck, by the
people,
way.
don't let anybody control your life. This is your life, especially where we live. I mean, she might not agree or understand everything about the United States, but you have more freedom and control of your own life here in the United States than anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And the only way you're going to understand that is if you leave. Then you're going to understand, oh, I wish I would have stayed. That's the only way you're going to
That's true.
understand, because too many people, they don't appreciate where they live. They just take it for granted. You know, we get free. I mean, there's so many free resources out there. It's like, oh, well, guess what? You're not getting that over
That's
there.
true.
You're not getting that shit over there.
That's
I,
that
I
is
mean, health. It could be anything. Healthcare,
you just yeah,
fucking
that's true.
everything.
You just gave me a fucking grant for dog food and cat food. You know what I mean? He right on that aspect. I'm taking it to a different aspect, but he's totally right. You can get grants for shit. Like I would say, if you want to fucking be uh uh free, right? You gotta fucking put the effort in, because it's not just gonna be handed to you in saying that statement. I'm taking my statement based off emotion, some rights, but at the end of the day, know your what in life are. It's resourcefulness, integrity, and fucking what is it?
Clarity, wisdom,
I don't know. Just
your
know who the fuck you
self-worth. Get rid of
are.
any insecurities you have, because I don't care what race you are, doesn't matter what race you are,
Oh,
doesn't matter how much you weigh, because you can always fix those.
the
You got
three.
to get rid of those insecurities of people attacking you or judging you or whatever they're doing. Get rid of those insecurities and be that power that's in here within yourself, and you can do fucking anything you want. But
Hey,
here's what I'm going to say. Do you want to plug your OnlyFans?
oh, so my OnlyFans is Sky Bella Mi Amor. You can look at me on fans and then on Cherry TV. I'm not like those other girls though. I don't fucking get down with the fucking lawsuits cause. Maybe, but we'll see. But
She's very classy.
OnlyFans
Very
is where
classy.
it's so classy. I can't even handle it. So but at the end of the day, if you want some sexy like soft porn like pictures, that's where I'm at, because they're pretty fucking. And I'm about to make some sweatshirts on one of them, but I'm not gonna tell you which one. And end of the day, motherfuckers, Sky Bellamy Amor, Untethered Muse. You know where to find me. It's Untethered Muse. Crypto. What is yours? Crypto. What?
Instagram is
It just
Crypto Brian7. TikTok, it's Hello Brian7. And we're about to
yeah.
explode some things for Skybella. I mean, you're probably going to see her
I might
everywhere soon, because we got some things in motion. And
we're getting him in motion. To put him in motion.
so support Skybella, and if you don't, someone else will. Because what we got in
And
motion now is going to be epic.
do you like to see boobies? Do you like to see? I know you like to see my breast. Everyone loves to see where it's at. But at the end of the day, remember, motherfuckers, you are the
Who
most
doesn't?
important person. The three most important variants: resourcefulness and integrity. Hold the fuck up your integrity, mother. And thank you for being here. Thanks for this episode. See you motherfuckers really soon, okay?
Hey, Elsa, who doesn't like to see boobies, huh? Who doesn't like to see the boobies?
So you like my boobies, you want me to fluff your pillow? Ooh.
Fluff my pillow. Go fluff my
Oh, I'll
pillow.
fluff your
Hey.
pillow. Make sure you fluff your pillow when you get home, okay, sir? Pillow, okay.
Thank you
What's
for
up, motherfuckers?
joining the Untethered Muse live on YouTube. And don't forget, she's also on Spotify. And if you want to be on the podcast, contact Dawn on TikTok, Instagram, email, everywhere. We're everywhere, so you'll find her. Just type in Untethered
I'm
Muse
on Alcohol Boulevard, motherfuckers, okay?
and say I want to be on the podcast too. I want to tell my
I swear.
story, and she will get you on there.
I'm on Alcohol Boulevard. That was a joke. I'm not on Alcohol Boulevard. I'm not on your corner. I'm on your corner.
Hey Elsa, how you doing today? The people want to know on TikTok. They ask me all the time, what are you doing these days, Elsa?
Actually, we're gonna go on TikTok right now and sing. The TikTok that doesn't stop. Okay, bye. I see you motherfuckers really